You ever want to make lasagna homemade and thought it was too hard? Well, today's your lucky day. I'm going to show you how easy it is. I got 2 aluminum pans from the dollar store. And they come with lids so you can cover it up if you have any leftovers. You need a saucepan with a lid, 5-pound ground chuck. I have 6 jars of ragu spaghetti sauce. You can use any flavor you want. I use the kind that's 6 cheese because you can never have too much cheese. You get the lasagna that says no boil on it. That's the kind you want, so you don't have to spend 20 minutes boiling the noodles. And you'll need a bowl for your sauce, a colander to strain your meat with, and plenty of cheese. And also, the secret ingredient for people that like ricotta cheese but can't afford to buy it, you can replace it with regular cottage cheese. Tastes just the same after the lasagna is cooked. So first we do put the meat in the pan over here, and we got to break it up. So turn your heat on about medium and break up the meat so it starts frying. This will take 5-10 minutes because there's a lot of hamburger here. So while that's heating up, starting to cook, you want to set your oven on 365, preheat it. Then I'm going to show you a little trick. Do you have trouble opening jars? They're too tight, you can't get them off. Well, if you have a can opener like this, see this little hook here? You stick this little hook underneath the jar lid. Be careful when you do it. Hear that? It lets all the air out. So you can take the lid right off. Now we got all that ready. So we have to get the meat cooked. I put a little pepper in while the meat's cooking and a little salt substitute. You can use regular salt, but that just cuts down on your salt intake. But it gives meat flavor, and you just keep frying it. Now you want it good and brown everywhere, but not, you don't want it crispy, you don't want it burnt, because it's going to cook in the oven for an hour and a half. You want it just like that, brown. Okay, so we can turn the heat off. If you have meat that's got a little grease in it, all you have to do is have a strainer to strain the grease out. So we're going to take it over here, put it in a metal colander with a bowl underneath it to drain out all the grease. Okay, never put grease in your septic system. Always put a bowl underneath, because you don't want to get grease down there, then you'll have a whole mess of problems. So now we're going to let that sit so the grease will drain off of it, and we're going to dump the sauce in a bowl. So I got another bowl right here. Put the sauce in. You're just going to dump it in. Run a little water in the jar. Get your extra sauce out. Shake it a little bit. Dump it in there. 6 jars of sauce because we're making 2 9 by 13 lasagnas. Now we are ready to assemble the lasagnas. First, I have a pan, a cookie sheet, so I have a firm surface for this aluminum tray to sit on in the oven, so it's easier to get in and out. And I put foil on it in case there's any overflow. So first, we put sauce in. Just spread it around. Then some meat. Then your lasagna noodles. And these are the kind that are no boil, so you just stick them right in here. Don't have to do anything to them. Put the cheese on. I use a 4-blend cheese. It is provolone and Romano and Parmesan cheese and mozzarella. You can use whatever kind of cheese you like. Then you start over with the sauce. Okay, this one's ready for the oven. Let's cover it with foil. Okay, that's the regular one, just with regular cheese in it. That is provolone, mozzarella, Romano, and Parmesan cheese shredded. This one is going to have all that plus the cottage cheese, which instead of using ricotta, we use cottage cheese because it's cheaper, easier to find, and when you're on a budget, it tastes just the same once it's cooked. So you start with your sauce. Put your meat in, noodles, and we're going to put some of the cottage cheese in. Sauce over it a little bit. We're going to put a little bit of the shredded cheese on. Then some meat. Bake it for an hour and a half on 365. Cover it up. Then we'll look at it. Take the foil off. No. 10 minutes, we'll leave the foil off and let it finish baking. Okay, now, just put them in the oven. And they will cook for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So set your timer. And then we'll check it. Okay, the timer has gone off. It's been 1 hour and 30 minutes. This one is the one that has cottage cheese in it. This one is the one that doesn't. And what we're going to do now, I took the foil off and we're going to put it back in the oven for 10 minutes and then it'll be done. So we put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes so it will get a little bit crispy on top. Okay? Okay, they're all done. There's the lasagna with just the meat and cheeses in it. And this is the one that we put all the meat and cheese plus cottage cheese instead of ricotta in it. All come out really, really nice. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time.